I've known Shlomo, Rabbi Einhorn, since birth. We grew up together. We went to Yavneh together, went to high school together.
I remember when Rabbi Einhorn was born, actually. I remember Rabbi Einhorn as a very young child. Rabbi Einhorn comes from an incredible, incredible family.
Harav Shlomo and I go back since we're 12 years old. We went to Paul Young's camp together. We played baseball together. People don't realize I actually taught Rav Shlomo how to swing a bat. Imagine that.
Rabbi Einhorn is a Talmid Chacham. Torah is first for him, for us as a community, and for the world.
Well, he's educated thousands of Jewish children, but moreover, he's given them a hunger for Yiddishkeit and a love of Israel.
As a kid, he was a whiz with baseball stats. He later progressed to music. He would always read tons of books on how to improve memory. And of course, later on, it grew into his knowledge of Torah.
One day, a young man comes to his shul because his attraction is that because of his age, he was so young, young people in their 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years of age flock to him.
I remember him well as a Eula High School student who used to come with his father to my Daf Yomi Shiurim and sit and absorb Torah.
He leads through positivity, and I think it's really the positivity that he has sort of just given off that impression, that vibe, that whole essence to the school, to the Kehila. It's always, everything is done with a smile, and it's done with a leiv tov, a good heart.
He literally became a fountain and a wellspring of Torah.
When the kids see Rabbi Einhorn, when anybody sees him, there's a natural positivity there.
I think Rabbi Einhorn is one of the most unique individuals I've ever met. The Torah knowledge that he knows to the pop culture references, any question you have, whether it's Torah or about anything in the world, he has an answer for you, he has sources for you, he is so resourceful, definitely unicorn.
Rabbi Einhorn received his diploma when he graduated from Yavneh, and I was lucky enough to be the president at that time, and a great thing happened. He became a superstar in New York Jewish community.
What is an LA boy doing in New York? We need him here. And we discussed it with the Yavneh board.
There came up an opportunity for me to speak to Rabbi Einhorn, perhaps to come back to his roots, to the school which he graduated from, and become the superstar Rabbi Rosh Yeshiva of Yavneh.
Rabbi Einhorn has the ability to stand up and give a speech, and suddenly you know that he's going to say a phrase that will change your life.
He had a way of connecting with people in the way he spoke. So he was very enthusiastic. He had a tone that I loved.
His just sheer genius, his mind, the way he's able to connect Torah to movies, to sports, to so many different authors and books. It's just incredible. The mind and the way he speaks and engages his crowd. It's amazing.
I met Rabbi Einhorn visiting Yavneh as a shul and was blown away by the way that he spoke. And my husband even came back a couple weeks later for Yom Kippur just to hear his Divrei Torah on Yom Kippur and be inspired.
He sees me in my pajama and I see him with his pajama, so I think it works. Yeah, he's a great neighbor.
My first impression of Rabbi Einhorn was like meeting a mad genius.
When Rabbi Einhorn enters into an early childhood classroom, there is complete magic. The kids are so excited to see him. He's warm, he's funny, he's silly. Rabbi Einhorn is a role model who inspires both children and adults.
Worldly. I would say worldly. He has a incredibly broad grasp of world events, current events, what's going on in the world, and has always amazed me with his ability to weave that into one of his amazing Divrei Torah. Talmid Chacham, everybody knows he is, but he really has a grasp on worldly events.
Rabbi Einhorn was someone I could walk home with on Friday nights at Shabbos. And if there was ever an issue that came up, what was great about it is that he always gave you the impression that nothing is, any problem or challenge that you have You know, don't sweat the small things. You know, it's always something that, don't worry about it, you could always get through something.
Well, we actually came to Yavneh almost 9 years ago because I had such a familiar relationship with the Einhorns. Actually, I went to seminary with Shira. She was a very close friend of mine. I actually walked down the aisle at her wedding. We heard even in Canada how inspiring they were for the Los Angeles community and the incredible work that Rabbi Einhorn was doing here at Yavneh.
You know, I've had the privilege of working very closely with Rabbi Einhorn for it's probably 5 years now. And what I find most amazing is no matter what we talk about, it could be whiskey, it could be Torah, it could be something that's going on in the school. If Rabbi Einhorn doesn't know about it or doesn't know even that it exists, the next time it will come up, there will be a notebook written and all the Mari Makomos, English, Hebrew, etc., would have been gone through. I met a lot of people in my life, but I've never met anybody with the true ability to do something like that, and more importantly, the genuine thirst of knowledge.
Rabbi Einhorn is encompassing many qualities. Torah, Derech Eretz, computer, any area, mensch, any area that people are desired to be, he is. And that's why he is so very unique.
Everybody understood that Rabbi Einhorn is a Talmid Chochem of great knowledge, and he would make what made it so different were his topics were always so interesting.
I think Yavneh owes a huge Hakarat Tov to what Rabbi Einhorn has accomplished through challenging times. He has always stepped up, and there's this constant theme of no matter what is going on, there's this positivity.
So one time in Ivri, it was really funny. He was like dancing and he was telling us really funny stories. He's very funny and he likes staying out with kids, and that's what I really like about him. He was a really good teacher and he was like really nice, and he'll be like a big miss to all of us.
He treats everyone, even the students and the adults, the parents, as the same as him, and I think that reflects who he is, and because it's true, it gets to the students.
Constantly learning, constantly studying, constantly writing, yet he's a people person.
So he makes it a lot of fun, and he makes it like worth coming to.
He gives us really interesting Torahs and new outlooks that like we've never seen before.
Well, he makes everybody feel welcome. He always has time for you.
He inspires the students and the staff is by telling his stories.
How his door was always open, and how often I was able to come in and have really wonderful conversations.
I think about the times where I brought my kids into his office to sell chametz, right? And he always made it into a fun little event, right? I think about my son Enrique when we met with Rabbi Einhorn to talk about his Dvar Torah for his bar mitzvah, and how much that, you could see that interpersonal relationship that the two of them had.
Rabbi Einhorn moved the goalposts. He forced Jewish educators to up their game.
His flyers always made it so different, so you could think, what is he going to talk about? It's never just the traditional flyer. It was always something contemporary, and I think that's what encouraged people to come.
What makes him unique is he's constantly interested. He's always interested in learning, interested in growing, and interested in understanding how other people think, and it could be even other religions, how they go about things.
Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. They know that if Rabbi Einhorn's coming into the classroom, they're going to hear words of wisdom. They pick up on the fact that he is such a Talmid Chacham.
He's such a phenomenal educator. He has so much learning and Torah, and as I mentioned previously, worldly knowledge to impart on people.
With Rabbi Einhorn being the creative mastermind that he is, in pushing our students to find their avenues of creativity, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Even working with him, watching him go in creating the 8th grade graduation videos.
Rabbi Einhorn's extraordinary commitment to fostering positivity and inclusivity and warmth within our community.
Rabbi Einhorn has this innate ability to read something or see something in the news and immediately be able to think big and how we can draw it into Yavneh. So just over the 12 or 13 years that he's been here, all the ideas that he has helped create the Yavneh that it is today, that we're super grateful for, and that we take the reins moving forward to continue what he has brought for us is just unbelievable.
I like his Friday class where he starts off on something, you know, related to whatever he wants to teach, and then when we ask questions, we can go in a completely different tangent.
Sometimes it gets off topic and it like ends up to being something really funny, something fun to learn about, and some new stuff to learn about.
I would say you should go from chayil to chayil.
And I remember it was coined the installation dinner. When you were installed, you've become a permanent fixture. No matter what happens, you will always be a big part of the Yavneh community, the Los Angeles community.
Rabbi and Rebbetzin Einhorn, you are going to be so missed, and the halls of Yavneh will not be the same without you. I know that the words you inspired us with and the kumzas you led and the shiurim that were given will continue to ring in the hallways for years to come.
Continue setting a strong example of what a Jewish family should be. Fasten your seatbelts, you're going places.
There are very few people that HaKadosh Baruch Hu put on this earth that have the ability to inspire so many people from so many different walks of life on so many topics in so many circumstances. And I think we're all privileged to have had the ability to spend this amount of time in such close proximity to one of those very few.
Rabbi Yavneh, you can be the Chief Rabbi of America.
So we wish him much, Walter and myself, much hatzlocha and brocha in all his future endeavors. And as my mother, Professor Lila, Dr. Bronner would say, may the mazel follow you.
Rabbi Einhorn, Rebbetzin Einhorn, on behalf of Atara and myself, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for me and my wife and our children here at Yavneh.
Thank you, Rabbi Einhorn.
Whatever you do, wherever you go, I'm sure that you will be successful.
I wish you a tremendous amount of hatzlacha and bracha in your future.
I'm so grateful to have been able to learn alongside you.
Rabbi and Rebbetzin Einhorn, may Hashem bless both of you and your families. You will continue to make us proud. You will make Am Yisrael proud and continue to make a Kiddush Hashem in everything that you do.
Your commitment to the school has been incredibly humbling. I have so enjoyed our many laughs. I've enjoyed the safe space of being able to connect with you when there seems to not be an obvious answer. And my bracha is that you continue to provide those good laughs, the clarity to those who you continue to connect with in our community and with Klal Yisrael at large. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you so much.
We're not going anywhere. We're still here. And we feel that even though you might be moving on from Yavneh, you're not moving on from us.
Thank you for everything you've done for our yeshiva, for my kids personally, for my family personally, and I hope you go from chayil el chayil and just continue doing wonderful things for the Jewish community.
So thank you, Rabbi Einhorn and Shira.
Thank you, Rabbi Einhorn.
Thank you, Rabbi Einhorn.
Thank you, Rabbi Einhorn.
Thank you, Rabbi and Rebbetzin Einhorn, for your immense dedication to this community.
And I wish you well. And the best part is you're not leaving LA. So why should I cry?
Rabbi Einhorn, the truth is everything we said was taken from AI. So you never know if it's fake or it's the ultimate truth. I want to wish you that you continue being that genius and really change the world as you can do. Thank you so much for everything.